Okay, so let's now talk about the specifics of the light-independent reaction. And there's some molecules that we need to know the name of in this crazy cycle, and there's molecules that they don't think are as important. Sad. So in the stroma, in the plant, in the chloroplast, there is this molecule called RUBP. RUBP stands for ribulose bisphosphate, and it just lives there. If you look at it, it's a 5-carbon molecule, and what's going to happen is this carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is going to be fixed, which means connected, fixed to this ribulose bisphosphate, and that's fixed with a very important enzyme called rubisco. And rubisco is probably the most common protein, definitely the most common enzyme, but probably the most common protein in the world because it's in every single plant being very busy making glucose for us. So there are a bunch of 3-carbon molecules that are like in this process. So like right away, it makes this molecule called PGA. I'm going to try to squeeze it in here. Whoops, that's not a P. And then there's some phosphates added onto it to make this glycerate 3-phosphate. This one's kind of important. So glycerate 3-phosphate can be abbreviated as G3P. So we add a carbon to ribulose bisphosphate, RUBP, and immediately it's chopped in half, right? It's chopped in half into 3-carbon molecules. So this is the first, IB loves this question, this is the first carbon compound made in photosynthesis. It's the first one we make. And then our products from the light-dependent reaction, ATP and NADPH, are going to be used to generate this molecule called triose phosphate. Still 2 3-carbon molecules, right? Some of it will be used to make glucose phosphate, which will eventually become glucose. And some of it will be used to regenerate rubisco. I'm sorry, not rubisco, ribulose bisphosphate, the RUBP. But this doesn't make sense, right? Because we have 5 plus 1 equals 6, and we made a 6-carbon molecule. How is there anything left over to generate the RUBP again, our 5-carbon molecule? And what happens is that this cycle occurs 6 times. So let's look at these numbers for a second, right? So if we do this 6 times, we're going to have 5-carbon RUBP plus a 1-carbon carbon dioxide equals our 6-carbon, right? Which we talked about here. But if we do this 6 times, we will get 36 total carbons. Of those 36 total carbons, 6 will be used to make glucose, which leaves 30 more to make 5 RUBPs. And that is how we make our glucose, but also regenerate to make this very important 5-carbon molecule that will be there all the time. So that's the Calvin cycle. Again, just to summarize real quick, the first molecule we make is G3P. Then that G3P will be converted to triose phosphate. In our 6 different cycles, one of them will be used to make the glucose, and the other 5 cycles will be used to generate 5 more 5-carbon RUBPs.